This is Carl at National RV Detroit. I'm going to walk you through this 2025 Forest River Salem Cruise Lite travel trailer. And the model number is 251CE. Okay, so this is a how-to video. I'm going to just show you around and point out the features and tell you how some of them work, okay? Most of them work. So here we are at the door side rear, and this is your on-demand water heater. So the controls for this are inside. I just want to show you that right here is your master switch. It's off now because the trailer's winterized and it is in the middle of winter right now. You'll turn it on when you're camping, and then of course when you have it in storage you'll shut it off because you just power completely down. Now the switches to operate it are inside, and I'll show those to you when we get inside there and talk to you about it a little bit. But keep in mind the master switch is right there. Okay, so this has power stabilizer jacks on it. As you can see, there's two switches. One switch controls both rear, and then there's another switch up front that controls both front. Okay, you have a power awning with LED strip. You have a TV hookup out here. You have a TV mount here, power, and then signal out right there. This is your fresh water fill here. The most common way to get water in the trailer is through your city water hookup. If you're camping someplace without city water, you can pre-fill your tank right here and then use the onboard pump to pump the water when you get to the campsite. I'll show you the switch for the water pump also when we get on the inside. This is the vent for the LP furnace. This is your refrigerator. Okay. Pass-through storage, and you have a small crank there also that is hanging there. The small crank is for your power tongue jack. In case it fails, you can, if it does fail for any reason, you can pull the plug off, put that crank on there, and crank it manually. Okay. 2 LP tanks with automatic changeover regulator, deep cycle marine battery box, and a kill switch for the battery if you want to shut it off. So you have that. This is just the other end of the pass-through storage. Your power cord is in there. It's a 30 amp power cord, door cord. Okay, got to watch the ice here so I don't fall on my rear end here. This is just our shop cord going to it for now, but that's where it plugs in. Your city water hookup is right here. That's the most common way to get water to the trailer. This is your black tank flush. Like it states on this sticker here, make sure the valve is open on, the dump valve is open on the black tank before you turn the water on, but you're just going to hook up the hose at the dump station. Make sure the valve's open, turn it on, and flush out your black tank. These are your valves here, of course. Alright, cable and satellite through. This is pre-wired for a backup camera, as you can see, a Furion backup camera kit. Also, while we're looking up, the manufacturer states you should inspect the roof every 90 days. So you want to take a look every 90 days at the roof. Make sure there's no damage to the roofing materials or attachments by, low branches or road debris. Make sure there's no cracking or separation at any of the sealant where water could get through, that sort of thing. That's every 90 days. That's an outside shower / sprayer. And let's go inside where the furnace is running. Okay. Yes. I feel it already. Okay. All right. Okay. So, as soon as we come in through the door here, this is the power converter. So this converts AC to DC power. Let's see if I can get a hold of it here. All right, so you have 120 AC circuit breakers on this side, and they're labeled, right? That's kind of your distribution center like you'd have at home. Then the 120 AC is converted to 12 volt DC here, and you got 12 volt fuses, and they're all labeled. Okay, that's where the 12 volt power comes from. There's also a battery tender, so as long as you're plugged into shore power, it's going to sense to see how much how much energy your battery on the tongue has and needs, and it'll send as many amps necessary to keep it charged, as long as you're plugged into shore power. So your tow vehicle will charge the battery when it's pulling it down the road, and your power converter charges the battery when you're plugged in. This is pre-wired for solar, so it has all the wiring for it. You just have to add the kit. There'll be this is for the solar controller, and then there'll be some ports on the roof for standard solar wiring ports on the roof. So it's all standardized stuff. This is your Bluetooth right here. It's self-explanatory. You're just going to go to the Bluetooth section of your phone, and you're just going to follow it. Okay. Follow the directions, I mean. I'm still warming up here. Give me a second. My brain's adjusting here. So, okay, so you have your power, your slide out here, and then your power awning here. Never leave the awning out unattended, of course, if you're not going to be there. Or here, roll it in so it doesn't get damaged by the weather. This is on-off, but it's also a dimmer. And you have an outside light and accent light here. Your water pump is right here. We talked about that. Turns on there. You use that to pump water out of the fresh water tank if you don't have city water. You also use this to winterize the trailer. And then you have your levels. Fresh water is empty, batteries charged, black and gray. Graduates up in 1/3 increments like they all do. All right. Okay. Your keys are hanging right here. Okay. So we're right next to the bathroom here, so we'll go in here. Let's see where we're at here. There we go. Okay, so your controller for your it's still got the film on it, so you can peel that off. This is the controller for your on-demand water. I can't run it right now because it has antifreeze in the system, but it has been run, and it is working as it should. So basically your on and off switch is here, right? This is just to change from Fahrenheit to Celsius. That's all this is. When you turn it on, these buttons will raise and lower your temperature. It's going to be set probably to 120. That's the most common setting for it. Sometimes you see it 115, but it's usually 115 or 120. That's where you set it at. So what happens, you have it turned on, and you're camping, obviously. So you reach down and you turn on a hot water valve, and the screen will light up. You'll see like a wheel turning, and then you'll see a picture of a flame trying to light. And once it lights, you'll see the numbers, the temperature numbers start to go up very quickly, up to 115, 120, whatever you got it set at. And that's how fast it takes to get hot water. It just takes a very, very, very short time. And that happens when any of the hot water, whether it's your vanity, your outside shower, your kitchen sink, or your shower, hot water are turned on, it automatically starts heating up hot water on demand. So that's a great feature. When it comes to your shower, it works like any other shower. The toilet works like any other RV toilet in that it has, this has antifreeze in it right now, of course. It has a black tank right below it. So when you get to the campground, you hook up your power and your water, of course. Then you'll come in here, you'll put a dose of chemical right in the bowl. Then you'll stand on the flush pedal, or push down the flush pedal, and put at least a gallon of water in the tank along with the chemical. You can use more than a gallon of water, just don't use less. And you're all set till the next time you flush it. If you're going to use it after you flush or dump the black tank, I should say, then if you're going to, let's say you're going to camp for another week, but you have to dump it because it's full, you'll You'll dump it, then you'll come in here and repeat the procedure. You put a dose of chemical and at least a gallon of water, more but never less than a gallon of water. If you don't do that, that's considered using it dry, and it'll get clogged up, it'll smell bad, it'll just be a mess. So you always have to have that, at least a gallon of water and chemical, okay? Alright. Fan, of course, all the usual stuff, storage. Okay, now this slides, just because it's a little different. Slides, and you have drawers in here. Okay. You have the table can drop down onto these cleats. You can turn this into a bed. This will jackknife flat. You can turn it into a second bed, and then you have these cushions that you can adjust and configure any way you choose to. You can move this from here to here, for example, to get two beds. There's enough room for two to sleep. You have more drawers here, and then under the sink, this is your microwave is a convection microwave. So keep that in mind. Well, I'll just open it for you so you can see. It's got all the stuff in there for convection. And then, of course, your cooktop runs on LP. You have a sparker right here. You turn this clockwise to spark. And then, of course, you have the 3 burners and 3 knobs. Now, this one, I think you have to... I'm going to have to set this down for a second here, because I need both my hands to depress this. Now, this has... The tank has been... or how should I say this? The LP tank has just been changed out with a new one. I think you can see it light there. So it takes a few clicks originally to get it to light when you still have that air bubble in the line. Now that I've worked past the air bubble from hooking up a new tank, it lights first time. It will not light unless you depress this and spark it. Let me try again. I don't know if you can see that or not. Let me look through the mop. Yeah. So you're going to depress turn it to high, and then you depress it and then spark it to light it. Okay, and you hold it down for about 10 seconds or so to heat up the thermocouple before you let go of the knob, because it will not light until the thermocouple is heated just a little bit. Okay. Hopefully I made sense there. I'll plead brain freeze. 12-volt DC refrigerator. Your fireplace is right here. You have buttons plus a remote, and you can change the temperature. Right now it's kicking out heat, so you can also change the look of the flame. Okay. TV is works like any other TV. You have storage behind here. Okay. The thermostat works like any other thermostat in that you have a mode. You select the mode. In this case, you select the mode by pushing this in. All right, and let me get back here. So you push into, you go to heat, whatever flashes, whenever this is flashing, you'll be able to turn it, cool, off. I'll go back to heat. And then you push it down heat, and then it'll ask you the temperature, and you push it again to accept 72 degrees. If I wanted to, I could have turned it up or down at that point. It's that simple. You could do the same thing for air conditioning. Okay, so you also have a bed that reclines here. Here's the switch for it. So I'm just gonna push up, give you an idea here. It goes up. It'll go all the way up to a sitting position and then back down. So you can, let's see where it's at here. You can mount a bracket here. You would get the swing out bracket. There's a backer plate here. You get the swing out bracket that swings out towards the bed so you can see it when you're laying down. And of course you got plug in for your signal and your power up here. This is an emergency window. You'd push it all the way through to escape, and then you grab a hold of the red tab and pull the screen out, and you can get out in an emergency. Okay. More storage, of course. All kinds of, you have your chargers, your charging port, and your regular 120 AC plugs. You have a closet here. Sliding door. Always keep the sliding door latched when you're traveling. You don't want to slide around. Same thing with the bathroom one. So keep that in mind. I'm looking around here to see if I forgot anything here. Let me look around. You have more storage here, and there's always a bin for you. This one, the whole thing folds down. You get 3 bins there. Okay. This, I'll make sure it's on. That's your smoke detector. This is your, over here is your carbon monoxide and LP gas detector. Right here. It should always be green like it is. If it's not green, get it serviced immediately. Don't put it off. Don't ignore it. Get it taken care of. If you see that it's not green, just push the test button there, and if it doesn't work, then get it fixed right away, because it's obviously very important. Okay? Okay, I think that does it. So, as I look around, this is your fan here. This really, it's a small fan, but it really cranks out the heat. It'll just pull it right out on a hot day. You open the windows, and it's amazing how well it does. So for those days where you don't quite need air conditioning, you've got that. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, that does it. I think I got it. So thanks for purchasing your trailer here at National RV Detroit. Please remember to inspect your roof every 90 days. People generally do not inspect their roof enough, so odds are you won't have to do anything for years, but you don't know that for a fact, and you can't see what's happening up there until somebody looks. So whoever does it, make sure they be very careful and take care of that. Right now this is winterized, so the water's been purged from the system and it's filled with antifreeze, so you're all set for the winter when it comes to that. Okay? Thank you very much.